Hello and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. This is Thursday morning and first chance I've had to come in and film. I have been working on a few pieces, just a little bit here and there. I've got some stuff stuck in here that I want to work on in this video. So I haven't gotten super far, just little bits here and there, not as far as I'd like to have gotten, obviously. But I've put the stationery in and I've stenciled and inked just kind of around the edge. I used, what did I use? Peacock feathers for the squares and seedless preserves around the edges for those. And I just took, you know, the dauber or the brush and kind of went over the line space just to give it a little bit of color. I don't know if that's coming through in the light. It's still kind of dark here. So I've folded this down. So what I did with this pocket is I backed it because these book pages are really kind of soft, and I love the texture of them, but they're not strong enough on their own to be pockets. And then that You Are My Cup of Tea that I was going to put in the front, I just kind of inked around the edge, and I'm going to put that in there. I think that looks fun with the teacup. And then here, I say Pam Pocket. This is what I call them. So I have backed this book page on just junk mail. And I'm going to cut this into 2 pockets. So let's get the cutter. I left my other trimmer downstairs, but I think I need a new blade in it. It's really giving me fits. And I'm not really too concerned about exactly how I'm going to cut these. Pam at the Paper Outpost makes these. I love them. I've used these pockets like multiple times. You will have seen them in other journals. And I just like them. I think they're easy, and I like the stacking ability. And these I'm doing a little bit differently. And I mean, it may not be exclusive to Pam, but anyway. So just cutting all those rough edges off, which I could have done already, but I didn't. And then let's see how big this is. This is about 6 3/4, so that's fine. So I just want to leave a little bit in the back, and of course I don't have my ink, but I don't want to ink on film anyway. So what I say, 6 3/4, so that's good. Let's do 3 this way. Yeah. Oh, except for that's going to cut those stars off, which I really didn't want to do. Oh well, it's fine. And then, oh my gosh. As usual, I have nowhere to set anything because I have a mess. I cut that crooked. I sure did. You know what? It's fine. I'm going to just straighten it up a little bit like this. I'm shaky. I'm on my 2nd cup of coffee, and I certainly do not need a 2nd cup of coffee this morning. All right, so I'm just going to line these up so that my divots are the same. And then if I mess them up, then they're not. They'll still be equal, okay? And then how this will go on this page is out like this, okay? So that allows for tuck here and tuck here. And so I may stitch around those, but I do definitely need ink around them. So that's downstairs, the inks that I was using. Of course, I can use whatever. I have ink up here too, but all my daubers are downstairs too. Okay, so that's going to be that page. So we'll have, you know, our tuck here and tuck here. And yes, I am still in my pajamas this morning. I should have changed my clothes, but I haven't yet. I don't have very long to play this morning. So anyway, so I'm going to set this aside. Oh, I've got this little stationery envelope that needs to be glued. My wet glue is up here, but I've inked around the edge. I've just reinforced this little flap with some packaging, and it's rough there. You're going to see it, but I don't mind. I've inked and stenciled these, so those are going to tuck in there. And then how this is going to be on this page, but I have to ink the white space. I'm going to stencil. But when I glue this down, I'm only going to glue the edges, and then we'll have a small tuck there. So that has to still get taken care of. See, I told you I've worked on it a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. Okay, and let's see. That's about as far as I've gotten for actually pinning things in. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'll take this back downstairs and work on it some more. What I do want to get done, though, is I have gone through the book a little bit. Oh, Judy, look what I found. I was going through stuff, and I found the playing cards that we had swapped, so I'm going to alter one of those. I cut this image. I backed it on card, and I cut around that lizard. I think that's going to be fun, how that lizard stuck out of a pocket. And then these are just, I need to back them to make cards. I just hadn't gotten that far yet. And then we'll have this image as either a pocket, or we can turn it into a tag. And I've just folded that on itself and glued it because that, again, is not very strong. And this, I think, is fun. I got to figure out how I want to cut this and how I want to use it. But I love the way the text is on that. So anyway, those are just some pieces I've been working on. And I don't know where those other pieces are. I bet they're downstairs. But I've got my clear gesso, and what I'm going to do is just clear gesso over this and let it dry, so then I can take my pit pens and just kind of add a little bit of color to this. So I'm going to do that with the clear gesso. And on this, I'm just going to take some glue to the front, and I'm going to fussy cut these images. And I was trying to look at height and hold this up to the light, so I'm going to decide what image I want to do on here, and I think maybe we'll do a little bit of texture paste, but not too much because the napkin itself has so much to offer. Anyway, so we'll use this somehow. So anyway, I'll come back and we'll have a little bit done so we can talk about it. Okay, so I have the clear gesso on the lizard, and I went downstairs and found the Mad Hatter. Hopefully I don't ruin those images with what I'm thinking. I have separated my layers of this napkin, and this second layer has the ghosted image, so I think that will be cool. I'm going to put that on a page somewhere, I think. And I found this card, which the colors match the Stamperia pad really well. I checked. And we have this card, so we're going to go two different directions with this. So the one that's the Stamperia is going to have a much different finish than this one. So I just need, and see, that's got a lot so I think for him, I think I'm going to cut the Mad Hatter out and maybe cut the rabbit out. But I may need to white gesso this 9. So because he's gonna, I don't know if he's gonna get lost in that background or not. So I have to think about that. Okay, so I have Alice on this one. I never know which way to hold these when I'm filming. And I have whoever this guy is and the lion head here. And my Mod Podge is getting very thick, so I'm gonna need to water it down. And maybe one of these days I'll just take some guest checks, some flashcards and we'll just do a day again of using napkins so I can water this down and try to use it up, because it's getting, it's really quite thick for this. Anyway, so it'll be fine. So these will dry, and the ones that are clear gessoed are getting dry. They're still a little tacky. So get everything dry, and then we'll see how we want to finish these off. So I'm going to let them dry today. I'm going to go ahead and get this video posted so you guys know I've not fallen off the face of the earth again. And get this video posted. Let these get a good dry, because I want them to be really good and dry. And I have to go to work, and then we'll play with these in the next video. Okay guys, same video. Sorry, I know I said that was going to be the end of the video, but I wanted to come back in the same video in case you're kind of following along with me or whatever, and tell you that I don't know how this is going to turn out, and I don't know if that's going to show or not, but my clear, transparent Cinnabar gesso yellowed on this book page. So it doesn't, I don't know, it's almost like a greenish yellow color. Now, that could possibly be an interaction with the book page paper. I'm not sure, but I did want to share that with you in case you were following along. I obviously haven't tried the Pitt pens on it yet, because I actually just ran up here to check on everything and see if I liked how things dried or not. And I don't have time to get into playing with it right now. So in the morning, hopefully, or maybe even tonight, I can start the next part of the process. But anyway, now I have to go with colors that match yellow more than anything, because it really does have a yellow tint to it. Like, I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not, but it's very obvious. Like on this one, it doesn't seem as bad. I mean, I can see it, but but you know, I was gonna make a pocket out of him and kind of cut around him, so we'll see how that's gonna play out. My cards dried okay. I thought after the fact that I could have put a little bit of music or even book page behind to get them off the page, because the lion, you really can hardly see the lion. I mean, he's there, but he may get lost when I start doing other things. Now, she came out well because, you know, there was the white space for her to come off there. So I was thinking, what I'm thinking about doing, of course, I'm not doing it right now, is I have these stencils, and I think I'm going to just get some texture paste out and stencil a little bit on the corner, or maybe just a little. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do. And even that print is not as small as I had hoped it would be, so maybe I'll have to use a Timmy Tim one and just get a little bit. We'll see. Anyway, so that's just kind of my plan. So gather your materials, grab a couple playing cards and a napkin. Obviously, it doesn't have to be Alice themed. You can use any theme you want to. And get ready for playing with some Ultra playing cards, which I'm not very good at. I'm the first to admit it, but I love doing it. I think it's a lot of fun. So anyway, so that'll be in the next video. Like I said, I just wanted to come back and mostly tell you about the yellow of the clear transparent gesso, and it has not done that. I've used this in my Bible pages and it has not done that. So I'm thinking maybe it's just a reaction with, oh, here, this is white. Let's do this. What I'll do is just dab a little bit on there, and let's see how that dries and see if that dries yellow. And see, it dried yellow on the top, but that's not really a big deal. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll let that dry and see what that does. So maybe if you're going to attempt something like this, test a little bit of your clear gesso on a page that doesn't matter, so that way you're not possibly damaging something that you're wanting to come out looking pretty cool. So we'll see what happens with it. I may not be able to use them, or I may just have to take them in a completely different direction. We'll see. So anyway, that really is the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.